looking forward to, starting this season like we finished last season. I felt good about our team last year at the end of the season. I thought the coaching staff was on the same page. I thought the players were all bought in. And, very resilient group. I think we learned a lot about ourselves in those first 4 weeks of the season. And I thought that was something that we could build on, and hopefully we can carry that momentum into next year. Well, it's really important. I wanted some consistency, and bringing those coordinators back. And the way we finished, like I said, I feel like we were all on the same page and pulling in the same direction. And so I wanted those guys back for the offseason. And I thought the organization stepped up and did a nice job of signing those guys. Oh, absolutely. Going into this year, we're not worried about the move, we're not worried about training camp and all those gymnastics and hiring a new coaching staff. I feel very comfortable going into this year, much more so. And just being with the personnel department for a year, we're all under the same philosophy, we're all pulling in the same direction. And getting to know those guys and developing those relationships. So, yeah, I feel much better with that. Well, it can't hurt. I don't know if it's an advantage, but it can't hurt. To have some consistency going into this year. I think how you handle that, makes a big difference. Well, I knew he was going to be an OC, and I was really planning on losing Nick, and I was surprised the call came so late. I was preparing for that. But Nick, he's a heck of a coach. I knew he's going to be a great offensive coordinator for Frank. He works his tail off. I enjoyed working with him. He's just a good, solid man. Losing Forrest last year, that was big because I saw enough in a week to know what he could have done for the rest of the season. But he's working his way back right now. He's not quite back yet. But with him back in the lineup at the right guard position, I'm expecting him to pick up where he left off last year. And we'll see. We're going to have to monitor him throughout the offseason, and we'll see where he's at in OTS. Philip is like a coach on the field, and that's what you want in your quarterback. He studies and he prepares no differently than I do. And when he's on the field, I feel very comfortable that he's going to get our guys in the right position, and he's going to deliver the mail to where it's supposed to go. I thought he took another step as far as recognizing run fronts in defenses. A lot of the plays were called in one game because Philip changed the plays. And so that right there, you can't teach that. The way he finished the season, I'm very comfortable. I thought he was one of the best runners in the game in the last 4 weeks. And it just seems like the bigger the game, the better he plays. I do think we're always going to have to monitor that deal a little bit. He was gimpy a little bit at the beginning of the season, I think, because he maybe pushed too much in training camp. And so being around him for a year and knowing what he can handle, we just have to do a better job of that. But I'm very comfortable with Melvin Gordon. I think he felt better. If you ask Melvin, his knee felt better, his treatment was paying off. And sometimes things are not going to be 100% after you hurt them. And you have to learn how to play with an injury. And I think Melvin did a good job of doing that. I just know that, if you're going to compete for a world championship, you better have one or two. If you can't run the football, it's going to be hard. So you can devalue runners all you want, but in my opinion, you can't have enough of them. He's a special talent, man. He can go. His acceleration, his lateral agility, his hands, his ability to return kicks, he's a special talent. He's a very young player. People forget this guy never lost a college football game. He's 6'5", 260. He can move around pretty well. Has a strong arm. Every day in practice, he's making throws that make you shake your head. He's a highly intelligent young man. So there's no reason why he couldn't be our future quarterback. This way. I had a chance to see him play a couple games. Haven't really studied him a lot yet. We've been in the free agency. When we get back, we'll get into college a lot more. But our scouts, they've watched him all year. They like him. A couple of games I saw, I think he's a nightmare for a defense. I think he's a good quarterback. Well, when you have a guy that can move around a little bit like Lamar, you make a defense play 11 on 11. And sometimes they think that's not fair. But when the offense can go 11 on 11, that's a defense coordinator's nightmare. So that's what he brings to the table. Oh, we have to stop the run, no doubt about it. That was a Achilles heel all year, was stopping the run. And some of that is coming from the linebacker play. I think we need to get better at linebackers. And, we have those edge rushers, and I love my edge rushers. But to catch 22 edge rushers is sometimes they open up running lanes. But I thought Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram, I thought they did a good job once we emphasized stopping the run of playing more down the middle and playing more run technique versus pass technique. And that's really unselfish of those guys. When he's healthy, he can help us win. And, it's just unfortunate that he was hurt most of the time. If you're a backup in our league, you have to be extremely intelligent, I think. because you're not going to get the reps that the stars are going to get. And so if something happens in a game, that guy goes down, you step in. You know, we're not going to call plays differently. We're not going to do anything like that. You need to know our system. You need to know what you're doing. And at the quarterback position, that's critical because you may be handling protections, you may be handling hots, you know, you're delivering the mail, and we feel like we have that in Cordell Jones and Kelly Clemens. I think Austin did a heck of a job last year, you know, but, you know, I like to have a tandem backfield. You know, I think when it was D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart, you know, I love the way 10 years ago they started that attack with the tandem backfield. And I just think it's two different skill sets, keeps the defense off balance. And anytime you can attack a defense that way, why wouldn't you? You know, I played in the backfield with Terrell Davis. He carried the ball 400 times a year. You know, you can't be at your best 400 times a year. You're going to have to take some time off. And so when you got two guys doing it, I think then you have a better chance to have a better rush attack. I think Austin can compete for that spot, but we need to get someone else to compete for that spot as well. Scaling down Melvin touches, I think we were 20th in the league in rush attempts. We're talking about giving Melvin the ball more. It's going to be fun. You know, John's a good friend. You know, he has a lot of passion for the game. I like the way he coaches. And it's going to be fun. You know, he hadn't been here 9 years, so who knows what to expect. But I know he's been studying the game the whole time. We've talked a lot. So it's a good move by the Raiders. Absolutely. You know, it's something that we had a good exit meeting. It's something that, you know, we haven't talked about with Antonio in detail yet. But, you know, he's one of the greatest chargers of all time. You know, I think I give all the credit to those guys. You know, those guys stayed committed, Eric, and they never gave up. They believed in one another, believed in themselves. You know, just because we started 0-4, they didn't abandon ship. You know, we had a standard, we had an expectation, and they stuck to it. They stayed committed. And one of the hardest working groups I've ever had. So, you know, just like I said, just stay committed. You know, just because it doesn't work out the first time, doesn't mean that, you know, you're not doing the right things. You know, we put a lot of time and effort in the offseason in building that thing the way we wanted to build it, and we felt like it paid off later. I wish we could have started earlier, but you know, I learned a lot about myself as far as being a new head coach. You know, I think at one point everybody in the building got the memo that I was the head coach, but me, I still was trying to be an offensive coordinator. I was still trying to be a running back coach. You know, I need to be a little more hands-off, let my guys do their job, and embrace my role as a head coach in this team. I thought that helped things flow a little better. You know, and just, I don't know. I mean, we lost some tough ones. It wasn't like we weren't in those games. You know, those games, those were some close losses, but I just knew the way that team worked, the way that team showed up and prepared, at some point it was going to turn. Well, I mean, we addressed it right after the season. You know, we brought in Robert, and he's a young talent. He's bounced around a little bit. We're still looking to bring in some competition there with him. And we'll see. We can find it in the draft. We may address it in the draft, or not, maybe free agency. But I really would like to get a young guy that can grow with the organization and be a part of that locker room. No, I think it'll be shown. You know, last year that kid stepped in and he won the job. And we pulled the trigger to move on because he was a rookie and didn't have a lot of experience with it. But maybe we'd have kept him. Maybe he would have been fine. I don't know. But competition is competition. I don't know if we're doing any different.